Video is going to be something special, as I've been asked by my friends over at UVS Games to showcase for all of you some of the brand new cards that are coming out in the Cowboy Bebop and Trigun Stampede Challenger Series decks for the Universes collectible card game. In case y'all didn't know, the Universes collectible card game is essentially a fighting game, but in card game form. So getting to showcase these new Challenger Series is essentially like getting to showcase a brand new character coming to Smash Bros, Mortal Kombat, or even Street Fighter 6. So it's a huge, huge honor, and I'm really excited. And the deck specifically that I'm going to talk about today is the Vash the Stampede Challenger deck and all the cards found within it. Now, we already know, thanks to this beautiful man here named Levi, what Vash can do. He is a 6 hand size, 28 health character on the all death and life symbol with 2 enhances. The first one is Tenacious, mill 1, your attack gets +2 speed, so even if he's committed, you can just mill 1 for all of your attacks and give him free speed. And the second one is Enhanced, commit, discard 1 attack, draw 3 cards. So I imagine a lot of the cards in this deck are going to have synergies when it comes to milling cards and having attacks in your discard, and boy howdy, do they. The other card that we already know about in this deck is the second character, Nicholas D. Wolfwood, who also has Enhanced Mill 1. Your ranged or weapon attack gets +3 damage, so instead of giving speed, he gives damage. And then response, discard 1 momentum. After your combat phase begins, draw 2 cards and gain 2 health. We have more draw for hopefully more strings and more damage against our opponent. And he is on these symbols all death and fire. So we can also expect cards in this deck to support him as well as Vash, but I imagine Vash will be the star of the show. So let's go ahead and head through these reveals, starting with the action card found within the Vash the Stampede character deck, Avoiding Conflict, which has 2 abilities. The first one is Response, remove. After this card enters your discard pile during the enhanced step, this attack gets +2 damage or -2 speed. So it's effectively a buff for you during your turn when you mill it, or a hindrance for your opponent on their turn if you mill it. And it also has an enhance that says place this card on the bottom of your deck, draw 1 card. So it has both synergies in hand and in deck, because both of our characters have mill type abilities. Really cool. Also love seeing actions being released in Clash decks. That's just really cool. Up next, we have the 3 difficulty, 2 high block, ultra rare asset, interdimensional plants with 2 enhance abilities. The first one is commit, destroy 1 foundation, draw a card, and your next check to play a card gets +1. Really cool for stringing out extra attacks. We love to see it. And then enhance, discard 1 momentum, your attack gets +3 damage, gain 1 health. This one feels really tailored to Vash because he gives speed to all your attacks pretty much, even if he's committed. So you can gain momentum pretty easily, and then you can use that momentum whenever you want to just gain an extra 3 damage. Love to see it. That's the asset. Let's now talk about the foundation, which is Get the Scoop. This is a 1 difficulty, 3 low for 5. Enhance, flip, look at the top card of your deck. You may discard it. Really cool about this card is that it also is on the Chaos symbol, which might reveal some future characters that get released for the, Vash the Stampede type kits. So always be on the lookout for that. Really nice synergy. If it's an attack, instantly discard it, and you can unlock some other abilities that you'll see later. Up next, we've got the Big Fall, which is a rare 2 difficulty, 3 high block for 5 with 2 enhances. The first one is remove. Your rival destroys 1 ready foundation. And then the second one is a deadlock enhance. Remove. Your rival destroys 2 ready foundations. So we have some foundation hate. And that makes a lot of sense given that we're on all death and void now. So we have another new symbol being showcased in this Challenger Series deck. Pretty cool. We got the 2 difficulty 4 control check, 1 mid block, seen it all with the enhance. If the top card of your discard pile is an attack, this attack gets +1 speed or +1 damage. In Vash, this basically reads whenever you want to, give +1 speed, +1 damage. It's on the all death and fire symbols, which is, I think, Nicholas's symbols. Pretty cool. Up next, we have the 1 difficulty, 6 control check, 2 mid block, pitching in. Enhance, flip, choose 1 card in your discard pile and place it on top of your discard pile. So whenever you want, you can just bring an attack to the top. No need to discard 1 from your hand. It's on the all chaos and death symbols again. Love to see it. We love 6 checks. Up next, we got Suspended Bounty, a 2 difficulty, 2 high, 5 control check with the enhanced commit. This attack gets -2 speed. If the top card of your discard pile is an attack, it gets -3 speed instead. We have Speed Hate, and on the symbols of all and life, and even death, that's awesome to see. Really cool card. We have a 0 difficulty, 5 control check, 2 mid block in Prideless Negotiations. It just has Breaker 1. In this challenger deck, we have a 2 mid block with Breaker 1. That's also a spam foundation. You love to see it. Those are just beautiful, beautiful words. And up next, we have the 1 difficulty 2 high block Motherly Affection Foundation with Enhanced Flip. If the top card of your discard pile is an attack, gain 2 health. Life gain in a life leader. Makes sense to me. Next, we got Grasping for Answers, a 2 difficulty 3 low for 5 enhanced commit flip. If the top card of your discard pile is an attack, your next ranged attack gets -2 difficulty. We're seeing another card in this deck that just adds to our strings. And when you have characters that can just throw damage or throw speed on things, / just draw a bunch of cards whenever they want, that's really nice to see. So definitely a really cool inclusion in this deck. Up next, we have Decisions, a 2 difficulty 2 mid for 5 enhanced commit. This attack gets +2 damage. If the top card of your discard pile is an attack, it gets +3 damage instead. Vash already adds speed, and now we can add damage. I mean, what more needs to be said about putting stats on stats? We have a second rare foundation, is a 2 difficulty 2 low for 5 Counselor of Plants. This is actually a really cool card because it's a second rare foundation that has the effect Response Tenacious Flip. After this card is committed due to your rival's effect, gain 2 health and ready for 1 foundation. Really nice to see some stun hate in this deck because honestly, we're a very aggressive deck, so having a little bit of defense during our opponent's turn when they're trying to go in for big damaging swings is nice to see. And this is the final foundation that we're talking about before we get into the attacks. And the first one we're going to talk about is the 4 difficulty 3 high 4 mid for 4 Steady Shot. This is a ranged weapon on the all death and fire symbol with the enhance. If the top card of your discard pile is an attack, your rival loses 2 health and you gain 2 health. This effect cannot reduce your rival below 1 health. Really happy to see some instant synergies in our attack lineup. Let's see what the next one has in store for us. We have Punisher's Beam, which is a 5 difficulty 2 mid 4 high for 5 on the all death and fire symbol. It is a ranged tech with Breaker 1. This is the second 2 mid Breaker 1 block that we've seen in this deck, which is really cool. But on top of that, it has 2 more enhances. The first one is Mill 3, add 1 ranged or weapon card milled this way to your momentum. So it can just be a nice way to get instant momentum if you want to combo with your asset or any cards that have momentum outs in this deck. And the second one is if this attack deals damage, destroy 1 rival foundation. More foundation removal is always good for us and terrible for our opponents. Up next, we have the 4 difficulty 2 low 3 high for 4 Nimble Maneuver on the all death and life symbol. It has the enhance at the top card of your discard pile to the top of your deck. It has EX2 and it is a ranged weapon. Super simple. Solid uncommon card, has nice synergies for us to guarantee off of certain mills, being able to trigger all of our, if this is an attack at the top of your discard pile, effects. So we love a sort of setup attack that can be nice in the middle of a long string, / a good opener. And talk about a good opener. We have the ultra rare attack, 6 difficulty, 0 mid block, 5 high for 7, which is essentially a 7 high for 7 in Vash. Inevitable Clash. It's on the all death and life symbol. It has powerful 3. It's a ranged weapon and enhance at the top card of your discard pile to your hand. So it's effectively a free proc of Vash's ability, or if we want to, we can just add a card from our discard pile to our hand, pass our turn back to our opponent, and then use Vash defensively. Really cool. Love this card. No notes. Just perfect. Next, we have the 4 difficulty 2 low for 4 Merciful Volley ranged deadlock stun weapon, meaning if your opponent has 11 or more foundations, deadlock stun, commit 2. Enhance, mill 2, this attack gets plus X speed. X equals the highest difficulty on a card milled this way. So if we mill our 6 difficulty ultra rare, we just get 6 speed on this attack. Because Nicholas adds damage, this can be pretty fast for pretty high damage, or if it's Vash, it can be really fast for, negligible damage. It's a low block, really solid card. Up next, we have a 4 difficulty 1 mid 3 low for 3 Fan the Hammer enhance mill 4. This attack gets +2 damage for each ranged attack milled this way. With certain abilities in this deck, we can guarantee that we mill a ranged attack. So this is essentially Frigid Heatwave on the all death and fire symbol, and I'm pretty sure Frigid Heatwave is already on the fire symbol, which is pretty cool. So love this card, super awesome inclusion, 1 mid block, solid. And finally, the last card we're going to talk about is the 5 difficulty 2 high, 4 mid for 5, Disabling Shot. It is a ranged weapon with the enhance. If the top card of your discard pile is an attack, this attack gains stun 2. So in the absolute best conditions, if this is your opening attack, it can basically be an 8 mid for 5 that just sets up the rest of your cards to be way faster because of Vash's ability, which is pretty cool. So love this card, super awesome opener for your big strings. Again, no notes. And there you guys have it. That's it for all the reveals for the upcoming Trigun Stampede Challenger deck for the Universes collectible card game. I'm a huge fan of this game. It is an honor to showcase the pacifist gunslinger, and hopefully you guys enjoy playing him as much as I did reading all of these cards. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want to see more Universes content, check out this video right here, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.